Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tara and I make videos about digital planning and different ways that you can get creative with your iPad. So if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss a video. That all being said, let's go ahead and jump into the purpose of today's video. I know I'm recording from a different angle, so it might be a little bit distracting at first. I just thought I would try something different, but I'm not sure that I like this current tripod that I'm using, so we may never do this again. But since we're set up and we're ready to go, we're just going to do this. I am sharing with you guys my October sticker release. So here is the first color palette. You can already see I'm actually obsessed with this. I think this was a great choice. Thank you, Patreon patrons. If you'd like to be a part of any of the decision-making process, Patreon is where you do that. The Blossom Bunch tier and higher all have access to voting privileges. So anyway, as you guys know, I like to have functional options so that everything matches. So this is the first page and this is the second page. Everything is exactly the same as it always is, except for a few minor tweaks, which are the washi tape. So let's zoom in and take a look at the washi tape options. So I just feel like you can't have Halloween without these like black stripes, and so I incorporated those in here. Obviously you'll see with the navy it's not super visible, but I think that there's, I don't know, still something very like Halloween-y about it. I still really like it. So we've got these stripes, we've got the bats here. I just love the colors. I don't know, it just makes me so happy. But we've got the bats here. These are really cute. And then we've got some spider web washi tape as well. These are super fun. I've already started using them. I already really like them. I think you guys are going to love them too. Now, moving on to the important page, the page that everyone wants to see. This is the theme page. So again, voting privileges belong to Patreon patrons. So if you'd like to be a part of choosing the themes and choosing the color palettes, I will leave a link down below for you to join. Okay, so let's take a look at these. The very first thing I want to draw your attention to are all of these like jack-o'-lantern faces. I've given them this like sort of drop shadow type effect on the inside so that it makes them 3D. So the idea is that you can take one of these, and I'm just going to take one as an example, and we're just going to copy one of these. So I'm just going to hit copy. And then we're going to come to our pumpkins, and you can just add it to the pumpkin. So I'm just going to hit paste, and then you can size it to fit that particular pumpkin. And then automatically you have this like cut out pumpkin face. And I made it lighter on the inside so it's like there's a candle or something on the inside. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Those are my intentions with these particular designs, and that's why I did so many faces. I thought it would be really fun to play around with. I didn't even mention the theme that was voted on was like haunted house. So I had already started designing the stickers because there was a tie, and so everything was very like Halloween-esque, haunted-esque, creepy-esque, like it fit the Halloween vibe, of course. But then a last-minute vote came in that put the haunted house over the edge. So I went back and tweaked a little bit and then made it a little bit more haunted house-like. But yeah, the original designs were not that, so I had to kind of morph it a little bit to try to meet both of those things. So we've got some spider webs that'll be fun to just like decorate and put places, and so we've got these two full spider webs, which of course you can crop and use how you'd like, but then I have these cute little spider webs here that you can add to like the edge of something so that it looks like they're coming off of whatever that design is. We have these hands. They were inspired by like the bloody hands, like the sort of like horror like on the window or something, but they're not in any blood colors, so I don't think they're too graphic, but those are kind of fun. I think they'd be cool to put around on your planner. We've got this little book with, it's like a spell book, I guess, but it's got these like eyes in it. I did reuse these eyeballs from last year, but I added a little bit of shading within the iris just to give it a little bit more dimension, and then I added some veins, or blood vessels, I should say, in the eyes. We also reused these candles from last year, but then I made shorter ones because last year I remember being kind of stumped at like how I wanted to use these candlesticks, and I just didn't like them. But I think having variations in size is going to make it so that you can kind of you know, pair them together and they won't look so out of place or weird. We also have this little Ouija board tool, and so I thought that would be a fun thing to do for a haunted house. We have some of these creepy trees. We have a full moon, and then we just have like your standard crescent moon and some stars that are very fun, cute, and playful, but I really like the full moon, and I think I'm going to be using it a lot this month. And then I used this cauldron last year, but I decided to vamp it up a little bit. So I added some shading, I added the spider webs, I added the bubbles, and I just really like how this turned out in the end. It's not super haunted house-esque, but like I said, I started the designs beforehand and I just couldn't part with this one. I think it's really cute and I think we can incorporate it into our planners and it'll fit. It's all gonna work out. Then here we have this little scene. So I use this scene in order to help my Patreon patrons visualize the colors that we were going to be choosing from. And I made this 2 pieces, so you have a little bit of creative freedom here. So inside of this frame, you can move it and you can use the frame for things and you can use the design separately. That's totally up to you. You could put pictures, obviously, of like you and your family and friends and memories for the month inside of this frame, or you could find some like really spooky scenes on the internet and use those in your planner as well and just frame them. So lots of ideas, lots of things you can do with that. And then here, again, this is meant to sort of like resemble blood dripping, but not too graphic. We don't have any color palettes that have red in them. So yeah, it's not too graphic, but that was sort of the inspiration, if you will. And then these are 2 separate stickers. And I did that intentionally so you can kind of space them out however fits well in your planner. But I personally really love these. I've already used these in my planner as well. They're so cute. I cannot wait to share these layouts with you guys. And then of course we have the pumpkins and we've got a couple witches hats that you can, you know, add to different areas of your planner. You could just put them on your own. You could put them on the pumpkins, or as we get to these other parts, you'll realize you could add them to the other things that we create as well. So you can just have a little bit of fun with that too. And then here we have a little section of silhouettes. These are intended to be part of like the haunted house or part of like the full moon or something, just to give that sort of spooky aura. But it's totally up to you, obviously, how you use any of these stickers. But you'll see in my plan with me's how I kind of intended these as silhouettes. So that's why they're all black. There's no color or anything. It's just meant to be like the witch flying in front of the moon, or the wolf howling, or the cats, you know, in the windows or something. So this was kind of my intentions, but of course you do you. So we have this cute little house here, and there are some subtle like spider webs already on it just to give it a little something. But I also included these light up windows that you can add anywhere that you'd like into your planner. You could make your whole spread look like a haunted house if you wanted, and you could utilize these that way. We've got these ghosties here, so you can use these however you want in your planner. You can use them in the haunted house. You can just have a blast getting creative. We have these skulls here, just cutesy little skulls. I've used those before. I wanted to bring them back. We have this orange skeleton here, and I have made him headless because my intentions and the reason I made him orange were to use the pumpkin as a head and then use these jack-o'-lantern faces to fill those in. So I think that that's just like a super fun and creative way to do this. If you want, you can always like duplicate this and cut out different pieces. I made sure none of the bones were touching each other, and you can custom crop them and you can make him dance or make him pose in some kind of funny way. It's totally up to you, but this is the pose that I went with for this one. We have a similar pose for this guy who's also headless, but I put the head in his arm, so he's like carrying it. And then this guy's just kind of waving and cute. But again, you can always crop these and make them kind of, you know, whatever shape you want them to be. So totally up to you. And then we have this witch's broom and the tombstones with this little skeleton just kind of like creeping out from behind. So I thought that was cute. If you zoom in, I don't know how well you can see on camera, but this one says "Here Lies," so you can like add information there. There's some like cracks and spider webs and bats here, and a little spot for you to put a little cute quote or something there, funny name. And then this one just says RIP. Okay, I think that's everything. I think I've officially gone through all this stuff here. So I personally love these. I hope you guys like them too. I really like this one because I think that like the green that's used in this looks like it's glowing, and that just brings me the most joy. But let's go ahead and jump on to the next setup. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to interrupt myself really quickly. Just excuse me. I have something I want to share with you guys. So this has a watermark on it. This is the proof that I ordered. So obviously if you decide to get this product, it's not going to have that. But I designed a physical product. I'm so excited. So what I wanted to do with this was, as you guys know, I do all kinds of digital planning on my iPad. I also use my iPad for a lot of calming activities. Like I do journaling, I do a lot of art and stuff on there, and it's really great. I love it. But the only downside, in my opinion, is that the light from these things are like very stimulating, and I keep my brightness pretty dark, and I try to make sure I have the night shift and stuff on a lot of the times, and I wear blue light blockers. But there are times that I just feel like a screen is too stimulating and I want something physical. And that's probably because I am almost like 100% online. So it is really nice for me to have a break. But I also not just wanted something that I could use when my eyes need a break, but something that was gonna help me with calming my chaotic mind. Because if you look at this, this is what my brain probably looks like on the inside. It is constant chaos, and it's, you know, compartmentalized, but it's a little crazy. And so my idea behind this was designing a planner that I could do mindless doodles in, anything that's kind of repetitive. So this is why I fell in love with like drawing mandalas and Zentangles and repetitive doodles, honestly, is because the more you repeat them, it just becomes this almost like therapeutic practice. And so I created like this here, this page. I have like a little introduction about the planner and why I use it, and then some different ways that you can use it. So you can color it in, you can add shading, you can add your own patterns and stuff. So just like I've done, you could do smaller versions inside of them, and you can just mix it up and use any combination that you'd like. So there's no like right or wrong way to use this, but there's definitely just so many opportunities for you to fill this in and color in however you'd like. So I'll just go through and kind of show you guys what this looks like. But we have this first little page here, which has a overview of the 16 months. So this is a 16-month calendar. It is from September of 24 until December of 25. And then we have all these like doodle pages. And then we've got the header and the monthly overview here. There are no dates for like holidays and stuff in here because I just wasn't sure which markets were going to buy it. And so I didn't want to only, you know, I didn't want to put certain holidays in here for different nationalities and, you know, religions and things like that, because I couldn't possibly, I don't know, I don't feel like I can cover it all, but I wanted it to just be open and inclusive to whoever wanted to use it. So I've left out any holidays. So of course you can go in and fill those things in yourself if you would like. So this is what a weekly setup is going to look like. And honestly, I probably won't use this for my planning purposes. I'm going to use this as an outlet, as a way to calm down. And you can use these spots here for anything you'd like. So if you want to use this as a planner, by all means, go for it. But if you just want to use it to like track daily gratitude or wins and losses for the day or habits, or maybe you want this to be like a space to capture certain ideas. Maybe you want it to be a health tracker. Like anything you want to put in here, whatever works for you in your lifestyle, go for it. Maybe I'll use it for like morning journaling, or maybe I'll use it for journaling at night. I don't really know yet what I'm going to use it for, but the most important thing that I wanted it for was to be able to doodle in the margins, to color things in, and to just like have this stress-free, low-stakes art outlet that didn't involve a screen. So we've got, you know, all of the different weeks, and there's always a little brained up section down here. And then we have 6 notes pages. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can just journal in here however you'd like, totally up to you. And then we finish off the month with a totally empty one. There's no like templates on top of it. It's just the designs in here for you to color in and get creative with. And you could, like I said, do like shading and add some fun like texture looking things. You can add color. You can really do whatever you want to fill these in. And then we have this blank slate here, and this is for you to just let your imagination run wild, and you can fill it with whatever patterns and things that you like. And then that whole thing just kind of repeats for October, but the design in the background is different. And it'll be like this from month to month. So none of the months repeat as far as what the design, like the overall background design looks like, but some of the elements do. So you can get creative each different month or each different layout on how you want to fill those in. And you don't have to fill everything in by all means. Like you can just fill in what is serving you. So whatever is helping you get through the month, get through the day, whatever, you can color in. And yeah, again, like I said, the whole point is for it to be low stakes and therapeutic. So you're not meant to necessarily have this beautiful artwork in the end, but it might turn out that you do have a absolutely beautiful artwork at the end of this. So that is the planner. That is what the rest of it looks like. It's just a repeat of that. The cover of this is so like creamy smooth, which I really wasn't expecting. This is a, soft cover book. And we've got this nice little binding here. And this has really excited me because I now want to make a bunch of notebooks. But anyway, I'm probably going to release another one of these that's just a 12-month planner in a couple months that just goes from January until December. But I wanted to get this one out also for the school year, and I just haven't really told you guys about it. So it is available on Amazon, and I will leave the link to that below. All right, anyway, back to the video. And this one, I'm also in love with because it just gives those like very traditional Halloween colors. Obviously, when you think of Halloween, you just think of these colors. And I also like this sort of like greeny yellow here because it looks like those like glow in the dark, like anything that you buy that's glow in the dark before it glows, like looks like this color. So I love this. I just love the colors. Okay, so let's go ahead and look through the rest. First page is the same. I like to have my functional matching vibe. Second page is the same as well. These are our washi tapes. The purple does look a little bit better with the black than the navy, but still. This also gives kind of like Beetlejuice vibes, don't you think? I don't know. Anything Halloween-y. I just love it. I love it so much. And then we have our third page, the theme page. So in this case, this is more like a slime. It's really what that feels like. We've got our cute little scene here, our eyeballs, our candles, everything. I really, really enjoy these. Okay, and then the very last color palette is this set. So this is very non-traditional. This is just kind of a cute color palette that I would use like pretty much any time of year. I'd be happy with this. I think these colors are cute, but it's what was voted on. It's what we went with. And I actually think that once we get into the theme stuff that it really works. So this is page 2. This is fun. And then page 3, it just comes together. It all just manages to work. We've got the darkness for like the silhouettes in the haunted house. We've got the orange for the pumpkins. And then the rest is just kind of fun. The light blue gives us that like icy look. So it's got much more of like a misty, foggy vibe just using those light colors, and I think that really works. And then the pink is almost blood-like. It's about as close as we get, and I think that's really, I don't know, I think this works. I really was surprised because when I was seeing that these colors were voted on, I was kind of like, oh no, what am I gonna do with that? But I think that it all really worked out in the end. I'm very happy, and it's not like overpowering where it takes over the design where like everything is pink. Like I think it's just enough. I think it works. I like this one too, but if I had to rank my colors in order, I'm really torn between 1 and 2, but I might actually put them in the order that they came in. So first, second, and third is how I would rank them, I think. But I don't know. I'm not totally set in stone just yet. But I would love to know in the comments what your favorite color palette of the 3 are. I think that they all turned out really great, and I'm perfectly happy with all of them. So thank you again to my Patreon patrons for helping me decide and helping me, choose a theme and a color palette. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate you. And if you are personally interested in getting any of these sticker sets and you're not on Patreon, they are also available on Etsy. And so if you want, you can feel free to follow the links down below. I will have links to the first color palette, the second, the third, and a bundle of all 3 if you would like. And just so we're clear, if you are on Patreon or if you are interested in joining Patreon, the first paid tier, Daisy Divas, gets access to to the first color palette. So color palette number 1 is what they received as a download this month. And then the Blossom Bunch and Above receives all 3 of the downloads. They get the whole bundle. So if you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I always love to hear from you guys. Also, like I said, let me know what was your favorite color palette or what was your favorite sticker. If I had to choose my favorite sticker, ooh, it's so tough. I can't pick a favorite. I think it's going to be the orange skeleton because I've already played around with this and what I want to do with it, and I love it. And so I'm going to go with the orange skeleton in combination with the pumpkins and the jack-o'-lantern faces. I just think that it is so much fun. But yeah, that's all. I'm gonna stop this video here. I feel like I've gone on way too long because these are just so fun for me. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I love you so much. You are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, of course, obviously, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, if you want to be notified when the Plan With Me's using these stickers come out, of course, ring that notification bell so that you don't miss those. But yeah, that's all. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thanks again. Love you so much. Bye.